Drives me nuts. All right, people. Sorry, I'm just trying to get situated here a little better. Really am. I'm in here getting my digital business cards completed because, man, this thing is a process to get these cards done. So I'm working on networking on the next level out here because this is where I need to be at. I need to be working with companies out here. Not so much. Ugh. Not so much customers, more companies is what I'm working with out here. And I gotta have myself in check. So wait. Where the freak is my license at? Because I want to get that framed. Not too chocolate. Look at my license there. Because I want to get the license framed there too. On top of that. So I wanted to get all this stuff done. All my paperwork and everything. Hopefully we didn't lose that thing. Because I got to have it in things in the weird places. Let's see. Oh yeah, my license is right here. Bam. So my license framed today. Gonna hang it up. Yeah. Man, I worked hard to get that sucker. And I got it. I got my license. No. Alright, so, getting back to this, what I'm doing over here, I am doing my business cards. I had to check something here. And this is where, in this section, we load up our gallery. The digital business card, first, if I did mention who I was, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG, Infusion Light Energy Gain Technology Screens. Yeah, we're designing our digital cards. A good thing I took my time on this. This thing is pretty crazy. So you can put videos, pictures, websites, social media, it's like everything, the whole freaking 9 yards, everything in here. You tap someone's phone, it's like having a built-in gallery for everything you've done. This is why it pays to do your walk. That lemonade was too sweet. Taco, no trouble today, okay? You're not in the bunker, so just keep it cool. So I want to put more videos in. I'm putting in pictures right now. And this is why it pays not to do demonstrations constantly in the dark all day, because then you have no good content pictures to be able to display your stuff to other people. People do not want to see, and people, especially in business, do not want to see demonstrations in the dark 24/7. Just don't want to see it. They want to see the opposite. I hate that fan on top of me. I can't even put it not on top of me. It's right there, but it's not on top of me. There we go. That's fine. That's much better. Whew. That fan is not on top of me. So that's what I'm working on. My next stage for my company is out here. I told you before that we're working with businesses, companies. The order that went through, we figured out where it came from. It came from a company. I knew it came from a company because there's no way in the world someone orders that much paint for a everyday home theater setup. That was a lot of paint they ordered. They ordered like four 32 ounces, no, 24 ounces. It was around $900 something. That's what they ordered, and they paid for the shipping. They paid for everything. In fact, literally had the shipping label. We sent them the information to the office, everything they needed. They sent the form. We printed it out. They came and picked it up. That was the company that did that. This is what I'm talking about. The difference between when we deal with companies. Companies come in by large bulks of it. They pay for their shipping, whatever, and it's done. That's it. It's like it's an easy transaction. That fast. That quick. And I told you, companies will watch your website. They watch everything. They watch your YouTube videos, everything. So if you're in there doing dumb stuff at the end of the day, guess what? They won't touch you. All that doxing and carrying on and all that stuff y'all guys were doing, nobody won't touch you now. I don't care what business you come up with, they're not going to touch you because they know exactly your business practices. Now watching this, coming here doing videos or uploading, designing their business cards, popping up all over downtown, doing all these crazy demonstrations with projectors they know darn well they don't use. This is why they touch us. This is why we get the business. So I got a company, from City Hall, that this section where they work for companies and businesses, help them get them up and going, get them warehouse space, all that stuff, grants, all that stuff. They're coming in. to check out all the stuff we have here. They have been through my site. They've been through my YouTube channel. They've been through everything. They have to make sure I am who I am. And they've met me multiple times. So, yeah. Right now, I'm in here getting my business cards done. So that way, these cards are amazing. I just go on and go, boop, tap your card. And this saves me so much money because I spent so much money for those clear cards. Those suckers are like $7 a piece. They're expensive. And, you know, you never know. People will take the cards. They may throw them out, you know. Who knows? But anyway, at the end of the day, it costs you money. And then you got to redo it and redo it and redo it. And if you change your number, you got to redo that. And pay. Yeah, it's just better to pay the money for the digitals. And then you're done. And now here I can upload my gallery. I can upload videos. So the last video showed that was a promo demonstration that was pushed onto the card. That's where that video went, to the card. That's why we block comments on it, because it's going to the card. We don't need no negative nonsense on our freaking digital cards. So this right here, it's like having your website, your gallery, your social media, all on your business card. Instead of them reading about it, you can just tap it. All the information pops up on the phone, and they can share that information. There's a share app on there where they can share anywhere they want to go. Yep, this is the way to go. It's the future, people. It's the future. Got to invest in it. Let me see. So we have tons of pictures on just about everything you can name. Inside, outside, on-site. We have tons and tons of pictures. And that's the reason why you want to have pictures that are showing your product doing different things, and then in the same environment and dark pictures, you know, just don't, you know. They're already dealing with that mess already. Let me see what we got here. This is the gunmetal screen we did here. This one we did in the office. The office here, the screens that light up. 235s. So like gunmetal. Nope, don't need those. Let me see. We got everything in their category for what we need to do. Black on black demonstrations, everything. All our tests are done. We're completed. We're ready to go. I've already ordered the system, the buddy system, to allow us to go around and record anywhere we want. So we'll be all over Allentown with the most powerful screen on the planet. Because it is. It goes anywhere it wants to go. At 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to carry on me as a 300 lumen projector. Every once in a while, you may see me with that projector right there, but most of the time I'm going to be on that 300 lumen projector going anywhere I want. And that's the track record we're going to pull on that technology, that we can go anywhere we want all over Allentown at 9 o'clock and at peak hours, especially 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and we can produce images right through a screen. Do you have any idea what that's going to do for my company? Nobody's doing that right now. There's nobody right now, no company whatsoever has the ability to be able to walk anywhere they want. So that means that basically saves us a ton of money. You know why? Projectors are not expensive, which we don't require high-end projectors to do that. Because mine, if I had to do that on the 5200 lumen, how big a 5200 lumen projector is, yeah, it's a big machine. So the fact that we don't even need those anymore because God upgraded our technology, because you know, remember, I sat there in the middle of the floor and said, if I'm all these things that I'm supposed to be, may the Lord basically out us for what we are. And he didn't. He pushed our technology through the roof. I have never had technology. I can literally walk all over downtown with a 300 lumen projector and fire up anywhere I want to go. So companies see that, we get any company we want at the end of the day. Because that ad tech can go anywhere it wants to go in any freaking building. That's what people have to understand. The haters see it as they're just mad and bitter. That's what they are. But anyway, people who know projection technology knows that if you can get them a screen to fire up at 300 lumens at 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock in the afternoon, then that means that screen can operate in any freaking environment it wants to at 500 lumens, at 800 lumens, at 1,000. Imagine the projectors we had today at 3,000 lumens. You hit that thing with 3,000 lumens, man, that's like a freaking TV. You can go anywhere you want with it. And that's what we're doing. Changing the game. You don't have to be stuck outside. You can go outside with it. Fire up and go watch the game. Imagine being able to watch the game. Have your whole entire movie theater in a bag. You can go watch the game. See? There you go. That's what we're talking about. Future technology. Not being stuck in a wall in a dark environment or an apartment screaming at a ceiling and whatever. They don't go anywhere with that nonsense. So, you know, please don't explain ambient light rejection technology to us. We can go out and do that. We don't see anybody else doing it. Let me see. Because I get people say, well, you understand? Who did that? McAfee did that dumb nonsense on that fake paint that wouldn't come up black sat there and said, I don't understand game. But I know more about game technology than you do. That's why I'm going out today. Hopefully, we got good weather today. I'm going to be out playing around with this thing because I want to be outside. We get our good weather. Summer's coming out. I'm like, oh, Lord, please bring the sun out because I want to be outside playing. Let me see. Yeah, mind you, we come in early. We come in early, weather's different than out of town. We come back out, it's different. I've come in, it's raining. Come back out, it's sunny. Come back in, it's cold. Come back out, it's warm. So everything changes. We don't have windows in there where we but we can't tell. Remember coming in sunny, going back, it was raining. I was like, what the freak? Like, where did this come from? Like, okay, whatever, we just deal with it. Oh, I'm building an outer box for my setup because I want to do demonstrations in the rain. I've been dying to do that for so long, you have no idea. I've done demonstrations in the rain, but I mean, I want the whole system out there. So I'm building an outer box. I'm buying a couple of cheap fake projectors first to test to see how the outer box holds up. We should be able to do it with no problem. So I got to build my own outer box system. Outer box. All right. Sun in the sky. Oh, happy customer. Oh, they got links. Oh, I forgot they do have a link section. We gotta drop the whole link section for demonstrations in there. Yeah, we got to. They got a link section in there. All right, let me see. I want to open this up. Let me see what's going on here. What we got here? Oh, it is one of my customers. I found one of my first customers. I literally found pictures from one of my first customers I ever got. West one site, its own site pictures. Let me see. You don't own a site. I got the big boy pictures, the 250s are in there. Got the ceiling demonstrations, 235.1, floor demonstrations, table demonstrations. And that's what the last video we shot was a promo. That's going right to our business card. Hopefully there's two more because I got a ton of videos I want to do. Show them all. We have this new logo. This is multi-screen setup. Hey, y'all gotta have these, man. Multi-screen setups. Let me see. I'm taking all these right here. Now on my business card, everywhere I go, and I tap that card on your phone, all this stuff goes into your phone. So far, this is how big my library is. My library is gonna be huge because we got so much stuff. We got the side-by-side 175-inch screen I had custom in the apartment, which shows the screen without and screen with our technology side-by-side, showing massive difference. We have the 250-inch monster screen outside, showing demonstrations on that. Inflatable black projection screens, ceiling to wall demonstrations, ceiling demonstrations with lights on, table demonstration technology, and now multi-screen setup. Acoustic technology. Let me see. So labels for the acoustic. So right now, ooh, man, I forgot about these. Yeah, we got these. This one was over at the garage. So I got pictures for every place I was at. Literally, I have an archive of all my stuff. And that's the part I understand. Because, one has a huge backyard. And how many videos do you have in your backyard? I got tons of videos in my backyard. Tons of them. I utilize everything. But you can only go but so far. Your technology, if it's shortcoming, you can only go so far with it. You can't go as far as you want to go with it because it only does so much. That's why. We can do whatever we wanted with that stuff. And the other guy, well, quite frankly, he's been in the same spot for like, 14 years or something at the most? Around almost 14 years he's been there. Maybe longer than that, who knows? But anyway, he only got one spot. I've been to multiple houses already. I've been to more different places, so I can even upload. On top of that, not even that, you can still go out and go to other places and show off your products. But like I said, if you got a product that can't operate, especially a gray screen paint, can't operate in fully lit commercial environments, you're going to have problems. I've never walked into a commercial environment ever. Especially when I was in the Karen place, I was walking all over the place with that ultra short projector. You never heard me say out of my mouth, well, to get better once we calibrate. You never heard me say that. How in the world you calibrate? You know how bright that area was? That area was super bright in there. What about the smoke lounge? We never went in there and said, oh, it's going to look better once we calibrate. No, they don't want to hear that nonsense. This stuff got to work. We got to live up to basically what we said our product can do. They don't want to hear calibration and all that nonsense. They don't want to hear it. They already heard it already. They heard already from the last person that was in there about calibrating. So they've been down that road before. They talking about calibrating. They talked about calibrating the last time. We still got a screen that don't even work. So what's your calibration going to do that their calibration can't do? See, there you go. That's a scenario you get yourself into. That's why we never bring it up. No point. All right, let me see. I want to open these up. These are the ones we got on the site. What? Those? What's this? Gunmetal technology. Oh yeah. I'm gonna taking this strip right here. Taking these out. I wonder how many others load in there because I can do at least roughly. I got about 2,000 or 3,000. I can easily load on here with no problem. They're giving me this much room to play, man. I got pictures. Platinum silver technology. Customer demonstrations. Those are customer demonstrations. Take the whole thing. Okay, that's how far let me max this thing out. We can max it out. That's why I said yesterday in the walk, all that energy that went into doing all that dumb nonsense. What did you accomplish? You're supposed to be destroying my business, right? What did you accomplish? We got technology beyond everybody else's right now. I can literally go on eBay and I can shut eBay down. That's how powerful our stuff is. We don't have to sell anything on eBay, period. All we'd have to do is just go in there, display our technology, buy everybody else's stuff, do a comparison demonstration, put the links up there, and that's it. You can knock everybody's stuff out that quick. Go to Amazon, do the same thing. Go to any forum. Matter of fact, we get kicked off forum sites all the time. I can shut an entire page down at a forum site. If you're in there having a conversation about Elite screens, the Darkstar 9, we tested the Darkstar 9 already. I literally went out and bought an eBay screen for $70. I got it on my channel. $70 for eBay screen, painted with dark coating, and beat a Darkstar 9. I beat a Darkstar 9 on their own screen. I bought the Ageless Elite screen, coated with our black technology, took out a Darkstar 9, a $3,000 screen. We sent that video over to them, they shut down. You can't talk about a $3,000 high-end screen if a guy just came in and took out your screen using their own screen. Now where's your topic going to be at? Can't go there. That's shut down. Gray screens. Oh my goodness. The onslaught is incredible on what we could do over there. I could do half and halves. We could do all kinds of stuff. Man, we can even give you challenges that we know you can't even meet. Match house paint. Do a couple demonstrations on house paint. That shuts the entire room down completely. If you're saying you can do my product, I can blend into your screens easily. Pull better color. Even wash you out with a cell phone flashlight. That shuts that room down. Where do we go next? Gunmetal technology? Gunmetal technology is based on screens that have high abilities to pull high white levels, color, and most importantly, their contrast levels. That's the most important area of a gunmetal is its contrast capability. Our screens are black, so we can beat yours. We cost less than yours. We can do more than your screens can do. We can be ultra short they're compatible, which you can't do because you have a reflective surface. I just watched the parallax. If I turn it a certain way, it doesn't pick up a contrast level. If I turn it this way, it doesn't pick up a white level. There's some mixed up craziness going on for a screen that's going to cost me $5,000 at the end of the day. So that's shut down right there. And we tested every certified. So many at the end of the day, we've gotten letters from them. So that's gone. TV technology, we can beat TVs. I can go in places that TVs can't go, like outside. TVs can't run outside. TVs cost tons of money. And as for that LC see-through screen, that technology we have over there is more powerful than that TV because it can sit in sunlight and still produce an image. Can't do it with the TV, you'll damage the system. Alright, so that covers that. We can operate in fully environments. Second, even the screen paint we have in here can operate in 24,000 lumens. Why? We use a projector that costs $16, which we showed in the demonstration. We're going to do a promo on that too, by the way. Alright, so TV category is out of the picture. What else we got? White screens? Don't get me started. Let's not joke about this. We've crushed those on so many levels, it's not even funny. The technology we have, we call it cinematic, produces an image so powerful that a white screen, it just doesn't exist. It's not even there at all, period. So that's going. Outside technology, we already covered that. Projector mapping technology, we showed you in demonstrations that projection mapping, the laser itself, when it picks up black right on the screen, it does not pick it up on white and gray screens. It only picks up on black technology. Of course, because we're black. But if we transfer to white, we can read white on our screen with no problem. We can write all the things with white. We've done that already. Been there, done that. I've had projector mapping technology for 3 years, 3 or 4 years, something like that, I forget. So we already know that field, we're done. Floor projection technology, forget it. Because a floor is going to take on 10 times more light than anything in your environment. You know why? Because all the lights are pointed towards the ceiling, to the floor. So you ain't operating there. Ceiling technology, with gray and white screens, you can't operate in there. Gunmetal can't operate. Infinity ceilings are black, not gray, not white, not dark gray. That ain't happening. Outside, forget it. Don't even go there. You can't see the contrast levels. They're done. Dedicated theater rooms. No, you do not operate in dedicated theater rooms. You know why? Because Darth Vader's armor is not gray. It's not dark gray. It's not light gray. It's black, right? All right, there you go. So you can't really pick up any of the black levels. Gaming applications? Absolutely no. We all know that. You've seen Warhammer. Warhammer has some of the darkest contrast level scenes I've ever seen besides Call of Duty. There's no way in the world you're going to be running that. Unless you're going to be in a dark environment all day long, you still can't pick it up either way. So no, that ain't happening. We already saw that already. You can't even run Warhammer. So what else we got? That's basically about it. So that means we covered that much. And then we have the ad tech, which is a whole particular different category of itself. You see what happens when you lay them against LCD monitors. You can actually project an image here. I did a test yesterday. We took a black version of that technology that a 5,000 lumens sitting right on top of it can't pierce it, but it can pierce the image through. The lamp color gets blocked. So with that, knowing that, we can actually have one image with a projector on one side and one with the projector on the other side, and they actually fuse together. Show kind of a hologram design. We're the only ones who have that capability, and we can do it outside if we want to. It's a lot, ain't it? Yes, it is. So that means we cover everything. And the companies see this. That's what they saw. They see that we have that ability. We could take a contract with the white screen. Say a white company makes all white screens. You can get $1 million contract from them. All I have to do is coat one of their screens right down the side of it and show the difference. This is what your product is doing right now. This is what we can improve your product to be. You can get far more money with our technology tied to your treatment screens. You make $1 million contract. And you know how many white screen companies they have out there? There's tons of them, which means we have access to all that. That's what I was trying to explain to you. The big picture. And then these guys are still in these small little rooms screaming and complaining and crying about some freaking paint on the wall and whatever dumb nonsense. You guys are so far behind, it's not even funny. Ugh, how did you pull out? My massager in. Get my relaxation in. And after that I gotta go, cause I got things to do today. Jolly John, 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 John. Can't get mad at me. Y'all have plenty of time. Y'all have plenty of time. Plenty of time to get it together. Ugh. And let's not forget about the shifting technology and the 15%, which is an absolute nightmare to any screen because that's what we designed it to do. It's designed to alter and change the color of your screen, make it completely unusable. At 15%, you see what that stuff does to gray screens? It turns them yellow. Throws the color off and everything. It's a nasty piece of technology, it is. It's designed to end things. That's what we built it for. That's what it's designed. We call it the 15% because it's only 15% completed. You've seen the demonstration. I'll shoot them again. I'll post you another one. Got them already on document. I've recorded them already for forum sites. Yeah, that thing's a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. Not for customers. It's fantastic for customers. For people in the business, it's an absolute nightmare for you because that screen will alter your screen's color. In some capabilities, it's able to draw the light source out of your screen, cause your screen to go dark. If you have darker screens, that's the reaction. If you have lighter screens, it turns your screen to kind of a tannish orange color. It's an interesting piece of technology. Well, every army's got to have some kind of ultimate weapon, right? So, anything comes up, you have the ability to level it. But then don't worry about that. Worry about what's coming up in 2027. Oh, we didn't mention that, did we? Yes, we're engineering some technology for 2027. Yeah, it's interesting. We've got this crazy stuff going on. And then we got that crazy stuff going on. And we got this coming out in 2026. These giant monsters. And then there's something coming out in 2027. What could it be? Always at the end of the day, never worry about what you can see. Always worry about what you can't see. That's what you worry about. This is for people who make products. That conversation's for you. As for customers, well, guess what? No more getting ripped off. You know what you need to do? You need to walk over to your dark environment, open up the curtains, let the light pour in. Your screen, the screen that doesn't work, like, no! Like, it's like opening up a curtain on Dracula. And you can finally get some light in there. Open up the windows, let some light get in there. That's a fantastic promo demonstration for that in the day. Have somebody sitting there, like, in the dark, you know what I mean? And just be medieval looking at the end of the day, like, no, we don't need to deal with this anymore. There's a new technology coming out. It'll allow us to be able to enjoy the light. And people on the corner in the dark, their eyes be all freaking, pupils all dark. The light? We can go into the light? Yes. Yes, we can go into the light. And they open up the curtains and flowers start growing through the house and birds are coming through and the place just comes to life and our technology just blows up. Wouldn't it be a cool commercial? There you go. Get you dark dwellers. Oh, I like that. Dark dwellers. That's what we're calling you guys from now on. People who spend all day in the dark, you are the dark dwellers. Now I got to build me a promo demonstration on that. I'm building me a promo demonstration on that. I'm building one on that one. We got to get out. Don't become a dark dweller. Don't be stalked in the dark. Yep, there you go. The dark dwellers. Welcome to the light. Say goodbye to the dark. You're now been dubbed the dark dwellers. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I'm using that one. The Dark Dwellers. Man, can you imagine the Dark Dwellers trying to attack our castle of light? Man, we would destroy you guys at the end of the day. Bring out the ultimate weapon. That thing come out, you just see an army of all these Dark Lords coming toward us, just running toward us, racing toward our little tiny castle out in the oasis. And you just see this little tiny screen just pop up, and the light hit it, go boom, just level everything, got just gone. The dust will be dust. Ashes will be ashes. You will become no more. Welcome to the future. Dark Dwellers. I like that. We have to have a name. We have to have the voice with it. The Dark Dwellers. They'll sit in the dark. Plotting, planning for your next victim. Somebody just walking by, minding their own business. They got a projector in their hand, and here comes the Dark Dweller. I have the perfect setting for your projector. Trust me, you're going to love it. And the minute they touch you, that person just turns into this dark little medieval troll, and they go down. They go into this deep dark cave, and it's dark in there, and they're watching their movies like We got to come in here with the army of night of light. Oh man, I'm gonna have a ball with this. You already know it's coming. I got a buddy of mine. He's a comic book artist, man. I gotta pitch this to you. You got to do this comic book for us. Oh, that's so hilarious because it's so true, man. It's so true. Every demonstration I've seen, these guys are in these dark dwellings. So call them the Dark Dwellers. Against this we call ourselves the Imperial Warriors of Light. That's what we're considered to be. Imperial Warriors of Light. You guys don't play out in the light. You know that, right? You really don't. If you got a sunny day, I'll give you a challenge. You want one of those? Dark dwellers? You want a challenge? Because I'll go outside, 300 lumens with that screen over there, and I'll fire up, and I'll put your names up there. You don't want that kind of attention. At least at the end of the day, we put match or better. I haven't stuck a name up there yet. If I stick a name up there, that means you're going to have to do that challenge. Because if not, people are going to come to you and like, hey, you know, that guy over there, Mr. Bird, put your name up there. You don't want that kind of attention. Many of the certifieds don't even want that kind of attention. You definitely don't want it. So just be lucky. When we do match or better, we don't put a name up there. We just put down match and better. The others. We call you others. The magic, your name got put up there. What are you going to give us in the day? Oh, Mr. Bird, we challenge you to go into a well-lit what? Environment? Yeah, okay. Whatever. It's supposed to be some King's Challenge. What the frick was the King's Challenge anyway? Some dumb nonsense these jokers came up with. I think literally at the end of the day, I think they own a treehouse. I'm telling you, I think they have a treehouse together. And they have a treehouse, a secret handshake. They have a sign on the door that says no girls allowed, you know. I really believe that. Because again, what challenge do we have of us? We have over 12,000 video demonstrations. We've been testing before you were here. What challenge would you have for me? I've done everything. I've even frozen screens into blocks of ice and had to beat one of them out with a hammer. And you've done nothing that we have done. What challenge could you possibly have? Oh, being in the environment. We did 4Ks already. I literally bought a 4K projector, did this demonstration, put them side by side like, oh crap. Like the 720p looks exactly like the 4K. On our technology, I know about y'all's. And I sat there and said, well, I'm never buying 4K ever again. And I never bought 4K again. Now we got to a point we don't even buy 1080p's anymore. We got all 720p machines in here. Oh my goodness. That's just crazy. That's crazy talk. Absolutely crazy talk. We don't bother with that stuff anymore. We don't need it. How much money I saved that I don't have to spend the money for a freaking 4K projector? That's just unbelievable. Customers don't spend any money either. Where the heck is my electrical for this thing? I got a fire stick in my hair. I got to put it somewhere. Goodbye, sunshine. Where's the fire stick set? See, this is the reason why. Fire remote control's right there. We just had this thing plugged in right top of. And your fault, you lose them all the time. That's you, all you. Well, we got the ports here, so one of them has to go to a fire stick somewhere. So this still no people, this is my $16.25 projector. My new expensive model machine that I just paid for. Anyway. And keep in mind that the stand itself is also coated with the technology. Also, the entire base is all coated with the technology. Right? That's what we do. That's what we do. Ugh. YouTube. Look at this song stuck in my head. Actually, oh wait, no, you transferred those suckers already. And we got a black invisible technology. We do have black invisible technology. Where the heck is that thing at anyway? That's the 15%. Where are those things at? We do have that thing. I was wondering, because we got this stand we just built. Hello, Taco. How you doing today? So I'm doing just fine, man. Just fine. How are you doing? Doing just fine myself. Hello. Hello. Oh. Yeah, we did have a large surface in this. Okay, surfaces laying around. I forgot that actually. I really don't give off that much wind when I walk away. That's virtually impossible. Let's try you again. Like that's like I'm rated. Rated was that giant monster that would take off and air just would suck off around him, all around him. Yeah, I am not. Don't have that kind of power. Good gracious! I think I have some kind of superpower that can walk away and just. All right, let me see. I forgot we had a larger service of this in there. We really gotta start checking on my stuff more. Oh wait, we're in the fire stick. Don't press buttons. I'm building business cards over here. Look at that crackling fire. Do 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 do. Do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Bag over here. See that? Yep. That's the cinematic right there. Cinematic. That's not the 15% potential difference. But that right there is the cinematic. One of the demonstrations that's there. If you notice, our environment constantly changes all the time. We have one screen, we take that out, and because we constantly have all this technology, we can change that at will. That is 5%. I want to do, let me see. Cinematic out. Gotta do something with some guy who had this thing. Wait, we got a bigger surface? Another one of these? Ah, oh, snap. Could have made a bigger screen. Alright, 235.1, building that now. Even though we even had another panel for that. That's fun. Ooh, taco. Taco. Looking like an all-out taco supreme. That's a 15%er right there. These things run like TVs. Designed to collect tons and tons of ambient light, even absorb the sun itself. They are super ultra bright, and any gray screen that lays against it is destroyed. See how bright that thing is? Yeah, that's a 15%. It's a black technology. It's a technology we're engineering to be front and rear, that the ones you can stick your ultra short throw projectors behind it, and it doesn't make a difference if your projector has a 100 to 1, 200 to 1, 3,000 to 1. It doesn't make a difference. You'll still be able to read an infinity level much higher than a projector that's equipped with a 2 million to 1. Take a 2 million to 1 projector, hit that with a gray screen on a gray wall, you're just going to get jack. You ain't getting jack out of that. You can't even fire it up in a fully lit environment. This right here, you can run on a projector cost $60 and read an infinity level way higher than a P2 could ever imagine. And you could do it in a fully lit environment. I hate to play with these things too much. I'm sitting back there all that time. Now, we're not doing that much time. 28? Really? We're not doing a 28. That's crazy. That's almost a whole movie of commercials. Who's watching that? No one. No one is watching that. We got to do this one right now. I'm going to play this one today. Now, mind you, on the $16 Epson projector, as you can see. Look how beautiful that image is, people. I think I'm going to cry. I promised myself. I did. I promised myself if I brought the screen, I was not going to cry. I'm sorry, people. The waterworks are coming out. Ah! Can you imagine me being in a booth with you at the end of the day, I'm acting like this? I have fun at the end of the day, people. I have fun. That's why the other one, oh shit, I think my hit behind me. The other one sat there and made some statement by saying that, well, at least someone got to do it every day. That's you. When you live a life of lies, you're just ready to get it over and done with. It's going to catch up to you sooner or later. You can't keep running that race. Also, on the other hand, I get to be with the Lord every day. Talk to the Lord. He gives me designs, ideas, how to put things together. Go here, do that, go here. It is fun for me every day. So don't stick my name in there at the end of the day by saying that, oh, at least I got to do this every day. I love doing what I do for a living. They said that on camera one time, and this whole thing about Moving on to bigger and better things, as you can see, is moving on to bigger and better things. Is just basically devoting himself to being a 100% troll against our company and just crying on his channel. See, there you go. That's why you gotta be careful what you say at the end of the day to people. When he sat there and said that, when I was in the garage, he said that, yeah, all that work to come down to this. Yeah, here, right back at you. All that work to you come back to you basically just being on your channel crying about my work. You're gonna shut your website down, your products don't sell at the end of the day, yeah, all that. See, be careful what you say. Very things you say out of your mouth, you curse yourself. And that's what's happening to him right now. We had to shut that site down for a number of reasons. I told you before. The LLC statement due dates are no joke. That's something you don't play around with. Mind you, if you sign up for documents, keep in mind they're going to request other documents. That's usually what they do. So when I got my license, sorry about that. When I got my license, the license requested multiple things from us that we already had. If we had lied on those documents for the license, this could have got me in a lot of trouble because I have to support a document that doesn't really the kind of timeline with what I said on the document. That's where he got himself in trouble. Last thing they need for them to be digging around and find out a few things, and then on top of that, with that license sitting on top of that, not like the LLC sitting on top of that building, that makes it even worse. If the landlord finds out about that, he's going to lose his marbles. I'm pretty sure the first thing he said to him, don't draw attention to the building. So if you let him in there, I'm pretty sure there's other people that are in there also. And it screwed other people in the product. Gee, this is why you can't be trusting everybody at the end of the day. You really can't. Some people mess it up for everybody else. Look, I told you how I feel about that at the end of the day. I don't care what country you're from, here, there, whatever. If you're out there breaking laws and doing stuff you shouldn't be doing, you need to be deported. You need to leave. Because either way, you're going to jail. It doesn't make a difference. You can't be here as an American citizen, commit crimes, and think you're going to get away with it. You're going to go to jail. So it's the same thing. You're going to have to be deported. But keep in mind, they don't do that. People think they do that. No. You don't understand the process of it all. See, this is why you got to crack books and educate yourself. They deport you if you haven't done anything. So say you've done nothing wrong at all right now. You have not committed any crimes. Then they'll deport you back. But if you committed crimes here on the United States soil, that's a whole different category. They got to keep you. They got to keep you because you have to stand trial for laws you broke here. You go to another country and you say you get drunk one night, you decide to take a rock and you decide to break out a bunch of car windows. You think they want to send you back home? No, they're not going to send you back home. You want to take you to court. You're going to go to court, you're going to be prosecuted, and whatever time they have over there for whatever they have for jail over there, that's the time you're going to do. When your sentence is up, they'll send you back and tell you, hey, don't ever come back here ever again. That's usually what they do. Now, the reason why, usually most high-end stars, depending on where you at, but most places where we are high-end stars, they just tell them you're never coming back ever again because you're just a high-end star. That's all. Because the worst thing you can do when you get over the United States, you can ban their entire country from your music. And that would basically cause revenue problems. They don't want that. See, it's about money, people, at the end of the day. So you're like a superstar. They make good money off your music and all that stuff, you know what I mean? You're big popular over there. They're just going to say, hey, look, we're just going to suspend you. You can't come back for this, you know, or, you know, we don't want to ruffle your feathers too much, but you can't come back for a while. You did too much dumb stuff over here. And then that publicity comes back over here, what you did over there, so that's kind of bad for you, because it's like back and forth, you know. You don't want that nonsense, you know what I mean? Okay, I went up to another country, I did dumb stuff, you know. That's going to backlash when you get to your country, back to your country. So, you know, but they don't want to cut ties with you, because you can turn around and say, you know what, I'm going to ban all music. My music don't play here, here, and here. It's money they're going to lose, so that's a touchy situation. But if you ain't got that kind of fame to begin with, well, guess what? You're going to jail. That's what's going to happen. You're going to go to jail. You got to have that super fame. Do that. All right. Like Michael went down there and got drunk and broke out a couple of windows and stuff. They probably looked past it. Yeah, whatever. It's Michael. Michael, I hate to put it this way, and they would never call a man a god, but that's literally what they consider him to be, a god. He literally had to have an army, an actual army around him when he moved around. That's a lot of freaking power for one little guy. All right. I'm loving this screen, people. It's like Luigi with the squeegee, and that's a lot, man. By the way, I'm in a Mario Kart go-kart. I didn't want a go-kart track. I think I can trust myself with a go-kart track. That's like Luigi with the squeegee, baby. I heard somebody say that on a freaking some kind of review they were doing, and the guy was like, "Man, it's like Mario, man. It's like Luigi with the squeegee." Like, that's kind of cool. All right, people. All right, I got to get to my business cards. Looking at our amazing 15%, which I barely bring out because we literally have so much technology, so much. Where's that heat blowing to? Damn it. I need me a box to redirect heat. I'm used to the heat blowing on the other side. I got components over there. Blow the heat this way. I gotta make me a port that I can put on this side and put directs the heat someplace else. I'll build me one today. Of course, we'll make it out of cardboard and we'll insulate the inside with that heat shield. And that tape that they use for basically for cooling and heating things up. Yeah, it's great for redirecting stuff. Make your own ports inside your PCs. Alright, that's done. This is going to be a process for my business cards. I got so much stuff I want to do. So I'm going to finish the whole thing? No. Because I'm doing the processes. I'm doing my pictures right now. I got videos to do next. Get that done. I got the customer demonstrations. Which customers have we got? There's a customers. You got others in there? There's the customers. And let's get to something on here. This baby, it's like Luigi. Oh, we get the squeegee. OLED, the perfect black. It keeps giving me Olay, like the makeup. Alrighty. Alrighty. Mine just 15% done. It's not even finished yet. Not even finished yet. It's still taking its baby steps. See, what's the point of me coming on here and talking about this, that, and the other, and I don't show anything? That makes me a bit of a hypocrite. Even though I have tons of technology and I do demonstrations just about every single day, I still feel part of me that I have to show something when I'm doing these demonstrations, right? That's the only way to do it. Because, you know, you got people say out there on camera that I talk a lot of nonsense, but yet I have 12,000 in. Okay, whatever. Oh, shoot, the weather. I want to see what the weather is going to be outside today. Taco's going to be with us. Taco, he's got a bag that says director on. He's in director and the inspector. That's why he had the picture on the box. He's inspecting the box. See, they don't like, put it this way, people. They don't like me because we want to do something different. Because we want to bring out a product that is affordable and that you don't need expensive projectors. As I said, my projector here is $16.25. On this technology, it doesn't require these high-end projectors. No, it's, you know, mumbo jumbo. You don't need it. No calibrated, none of that stuff. We can operate in the commercial environment with no problem whatsoever. They want to keep you stuck in dark environments, and dark environments lead on to other expensive costs. Spend more money for the projector, more money for color, and calibrating, and all that other nonsense you got to go through. If you got to go through that, how well is this thing going to work outside? How well is it going to work in your business, in your commercial environment? There you go. And then they want to tell you, well, this is the way it is. This is just tradition. No, it's not tradition. Don't do that crap. That's why they don't like me. So dark dwellers, you're about to be ended. Walk in your cave with the light. With the, we got to think of the name for the sword. We got to enchant the sword. The beam's light. We got to think of this sword. Imperial warriors of light against the dark dwellers. Got a cave with a whole bunch of people in there with their projectors sitting in the dark, just slowly transform into these dark hobbits. These, not hobbits, more like trolls. We have to come in and free them from the light. Like Warhammer, we have to begin the purge. I'm thinking about building me a beast mode Warhammer screen. We'll do it in the other place. We're going to do another place. This thing has to be welded together. It is going to be sick. It's going to be a crazy screen. It's going to have giant skulls on the side with the tapestry and everything. They're building a Warhammer on the screen. It's going to be made with this invisible technology. It's going to be insane. Monster speakers. My buddy does all that stuff, wiring, designing on speakers. She can make speakers out of a Jack Daniels bottle. That tells you the kind of skill level this guy has. Use a Jack Daniels bottle to make small speakers. They're sick. I don't know what. 24 karat gold wire. It's amazing, gorgeous. But Jack Daniels bottles. I've seen a few people do it. He did it himself. He did it by himself. It was a bit of a you saw somebody else do it, and he decided to do it. They are beautiful. I was like, yeah, but it's kind of cool. And you figured out how to put a kind of a liquid in there. Because actually, it's like it's really Jack Daniels in it. He's like, that's not a bad idea. So that's his next stage for his next set of speakers he's building. You know, that's the gorgeous acoustics in there. Beautiful. All right. We have 7:42. We're almost ready to dinner. I'll make sure I got all my equipment ready. We got a schedule about that. We got remote controls for this thing. Remote controls. And we're going out today to play. Hopefully, if the weather's good, we're gonna be out there running around in the sun. Out in the sky, start raining. It's a beautiful today. Hey, running down the avenue. Yep. Are you saying you'd be to go inside? Well, we can do that now with the technology we got, but we want the more. We want to get it to the point where we have it so advanced that you can come in. Like when I did demonstrations outside on the deck, I had to wait till a certain hour because the screens trigger up a certain hour. So 6 o'clock, 5 to 6, we could be outside. We want to be outside. Mind you, 5 to 6, the white gray screen don't even read. They don't even read at 7. They don't read. So we had to wait until 5 to 6 to fire a screen off. Now we get the ad tech to where we wanted to get it at. That means you can have early in the morning, you can get up 9 o'clock in the morning. Like we do it inside, we can fire up anytime inside with no problem. Fire up next to a window, fire up next to wherever you want it in your kitchen, whatever. You're gonna have screens literally through your whole entire establishment, and you can do it all at 300 lumens with no problem because we could fire up in here at 300 lumens with no problem. So imagine just going outside and sit on your deck, and you got a big screen up there. Boop! It just pops on. Or you can just turn it off and watch nature. Let's watch the LG transparent TV do that. And one of the things I noticed when I studied TV is that when it switches to the side from visible, the contrast leaves. So what's the point of calling it an OLED? They're famous for their contrast. If you can't get the contrast to work while it's invisible. Yep. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. Everything's going my way. All right. I'm gonna see it. Find me another file. It'd be good to go. From there to there. Oh, we got the theater on the go. That's right, because we got the portable. Oh man, I can't wait. What's my portable at anyway? I'll throw it somewhere down here. I'll have this out there. When it's going to go out the date with this baby. Definitely going to do this. We're going to have these in 40s and 50s right here. These right here are the portables. Some are gamers, Some of the other screens, we don't know. See that? Not one crack or peel. I know what I'm doing when it comes to screens. I'm doing this kind of stuff for years. All types of motorized projection screens, fixed frame screens, tension screens, you name it. I coded it. Been there, done that. Our stuff never cracks or peels, ever. When it comes to motorized screens, you go to my channel, type in motorized projection screens, it'll pop up. Pump and type in tension screens, we've done those too. Tension screens are a completely different screen to paint when it comes down to the regular screens. The tension screens are much better. Especially if you're doing ultra short throw, you have to have a tension screen. You have to. You can't run an ultra short throw on a regular screen because you know why? They get this kind of ripple effect that pops off. And the ripple effect, if the bar is not heavy enough, depends. If that bar is heavy enough, you might be able to do it. If the bar is not heavy enough and you get a little ripple in there, it's what it's going to do. It's going to show your screen's going to have a little wave to it. And I had somebody saying, well, I got a regular screen, and when I fire off the ultra short throw, I get this wave in it. And I said that's because the screen's not completely flat. You got to have tension. Tension's like flat every time. So if you want to test and see if your walls are flat, get ultra short throw and throw it up there. They'll tell you. If it's waving, then that means your walls are crooked. Your walls, you wouldn't be able to tell if you look at it flat to the eye unless you get with a leveler up there. I don't know how you're going to do that, but anyway. So anyway, you'll be able to tell. Well, yeah, you put it this way, you should be able to tell if it's going to slant a little bit. But yeah, majority of most walls are pretty much they shift. They have to because the house shifts. You're under dirt all day long. The ground and everything around you shifts constantly all the time. The ground constantly moves all the time. You know that? Earth moves constantly all the time. You just don't know it. Like the Earth is spinning. But you don't know that. Which I find, we all know that. I'm sorry, I'm giving you a history of some things. You already know already. You already know that already, right? So Earth is constantly spinning, and yet we don't feel any of that. So the ground is constantly shifting too. So if you have flat walls to begin with, you won't end with flat walls. I guarantee you that much. Unless you basically, some people do, they just take out and put the wall back in again, or probably just drywall flat and level it out. If you got a house that's brand new, yeah. If you got an older house, the chances are, if you get a flat wall, you're lucky. As a matter of fact, and this place was built in the 1700s, this wall on this side is perfectly, no, this wall's crooked. It's off a little bit. This one on this side is perfectly flat, which is weird because the firewall is on that side. Usually walls are flatter on the firewall because there's brick behind it, but this one doesn't have. There's a regular wall, there's another office behind this one. This one is flat. This one isn't. So when I built the wall, the structure, it's out by the wall just by a little bit to flatten it off for ultra short those setups. Yep. The house is settling. That's the word they use. When your house be creaking and cracking like you're in the bowels of a ship somewhere. Like, what the freak is that? Oh, that's the house settling. So it's about to come down on top of you. Alright, I think I'm good for pictures. But I'm going to leave that there because I know I'm going to add some more stuff to that. So we'll come back to that. That's to be continued right there for the pictures and stuff. But yeah, all my stuff is in there. Everything just about. Emails, my website, which I got to go to my website. I got to update the website. It's going to be a fast update. I got to do it without camera because I talk too much on camera, as you can see right now. And what I need to do now is I need to, just for a moment, I need to go pop over here and find out. Never mind. Just give me this right here. I'll just go from here. That's it. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Okie dokie. Oakley. Doggy. Yeah, Oakley Doggy. We're going to be out today. We are going to be out today. Yellow frames. Yeah, I haven't had to wear yellow frames in here for a while. I wear them outside now because I've gotten used to the lights in here. They're freaking jacking me up. But when I first came here, oh my goodness, man. Like, I'm like, why? I got used to it now. Like, why is it so freaking... I mean, I got used to be able to brighten here. I mean, bright levels and all, because I've been in the garage. But, gee whiz, the wheeze, man. I got headaches like almost every single day. And my skin felt like it was burning. I actually thought it was burning. I could feel my skin aching. Because that's the heat that's coming off these lights over top of us. And I'm thinking that maybe, I've had bunches of injuries, you know, I mean, it could be some kind of nervous system trigger off or something's going wrong with me personally. And maybe because I'm staring at the monitors too much, it could be it. Then that could be causing the problems. You know, it's the lights. So when I went to look up the lights, I was like, I wonder how bright these things are. I found that the rods were 3,000 a piece, and there's 4 in each pod. I'm like, oh my God, we're at 24,000. We're under 24,000 light. And mine, as I told you before, my lights aren't inside like this. They stick out 3 inches from the ceiling, so they're like on top of us. So yeah, we had 24,000. Then I looked up and I said, what is the average lighting for an office? It's 5 to 6. We're at 24,000 lumens. That's a lot of light on top of you. It's like brighter than my projectors in here. So I'm thinking like, oh, this is freaking amazing. Because it's awesome for us. Because again, we get to work in this environment. And we get operating here, man. That's the next best thing of being outside. So yeah, I'll take it any day. So that's when I bumped into that electrician. I was asking some questions. Like, hey, anyway, if you could build me a room that basically would have like a ton of light in it. He said, yeah, but here's the thing. You put that much light in there. Don't walk in there with the glasses on. Because you basically will go blind. You'll mess your vision up. So we're going to build one. We're going to be outside and we have to build some kind of system where we can turn the screen around or something like that and have different projectors on the outside, not on the inside of that thing. Because, yeah, it's going to be easy bake oven in that baby. Pretty sure we're going to bring in some kind of exhaust system to bring out some air and all that stuff. He explained to me all the stuff we need to do it. But, yeah, we're going to call it the Easy Bake Oven. It's for testing the next set of screens we have coming in. And then for outside, we're going to use the greenhouse. Don't want to put a screen in the greenhouse. That'd be a quite cool demonstration. Our screens can absorb so much ambient light, we can watch a movie in a greenhouse. That'd be awesome, right? All right. We get to go out and play today. Better, because the next couple of days is going to rain. This is why we got to build outer boxes. Outer boxes, these are days I can use. Days that rain are fantastic because we can do demonstrations in the rain. So now we got to build some kind of makeshift outer box. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday, I need to go pick up a generic projector, and we need to... wait a minute. And we got to plug this thing literally into a freaking socket outside. This is where we need the battery system, the backup battery. We're going to need that, the buddy system. We ain't plugging that thing into anything outside. I ain't trying to get electrocuted. I'm pretty sure they're, yeah, but that can be asking for it on so many levels, it's not even funny. So we have to bring a battery system for that. So we have to build an outer box. I have to build a big enough outer box. It's going to be transportable, but something I can put the battery system in, everything in one thing. So we have to build some kind of platform to be able to lock the projector in, and lock the battery system in, and connect everything together in there, that one section in there. Why the frig are my socks striped this color? What the freak did I buy? Oh, sometimes I wonder about myself, I really do. These are my compression socks. Look at this, man. Like, what was I thinking when I bought these? Why didn't you put the stripes higher up? Why didn't you put the stripes near the ankles at the end of the day? I think I'm wearing my wife's socks or something. I can't find it. It's laundry day. Sheesh. Who cares anyway? I'm an old guy. I'm supposed to do it anyway. But anyway, yeah. So, that's what I got to do. I'm going to have to build me a contraption. So that'd be the best time, because we could use that time for testing out the outer box. All right. So it begins. We begin the outer process. We use those 3 days for that, for testing out. Because I want to do some demonstrations in rain. That'd be cool. A see-through screen that, of course, it's weird. This is the crazy thing about the AdTech, which is kind of crazy. When we attach them to the ceiling up here, and we have light pushing through them from the projector up there, you can't see anything on the other side, but you can see stuff on the front perfectly. You just can't transfer from the other side, this side. You can't see it. For some reason, it doesn't transfer here. It's just weird. If we take the lights down, like we take this one off, or regular lighting in here, you can see on both sides. Now, interesting, outside, if we put it outside in sunlight, that light transfers through that side on here outside, but you can't see on that side. But if you put it in regular light, it transfers on both sides. It's crazy. It does some weird stuff, man. I was like, just thinking about that. And then having, this is the black version of it. right there. That's the one we're working on right next. After we get done the other two, because remember, we got a Jade and we got a blue version of it. And the Jade and blue version have rear projection technology, but those are front. But they also too have front and rear version, which are invisible, and they also have shifting technology, which is crazy stuff. While it's going, let me get ready, because I got to be out in a few minutes. And make sure we got all that stuff here. My little baggie. We got surge protector. The projector in the bag. In the pad. In the pad. So I got to use Sundays. We need Sundays because Sundays is going to be fantastic because of the fact that I have to put videos on my site and I got to play music. And I can't play music if there's people in the building. That's why I can't wait to get my other workshop. So I can go in there and play music, operate power tools, all that cool stuff, you know, I like to do. Still going to keep my office because my office is linked to my business cards and everything like that. So yeah, we're definitely keeping the office. I like the office too. It's on a nice location. But I have to get me a workshop. I need to get me a workshop badly. And my friend's workshop is nice and all, but I want my own. He's a nice person. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. But you know me, today I need my own shop. Alright, we got that in there. That's all there. I'm really looking forward to that. But I hate getting all the way out somewhere like, ah, crap, we forgot that. Let's see, all that's there, that's there, that's there. That's there. So, yeah, don't get me wrong, people, they want to make you think at the end of the day that we're angry at everybody, people. No, we're not. We are hated by the industry. We're hated by people who make product. We're hated by projection screen companies. We're hated by them because of the fact that we're challenging them. We're challenging them at the end of the day and showing that they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. There's nowhere on God's green earth you should be running a projector at $3,000 and you can't do this. What the freak is going on? And they're doing the same promotion over and over again. You look at the P1 and P2, go back and look at the demonstrations on them. They have different specs, yeah, but they're both in the same environment. They're both in the same dark environment. Nothing has changed. And here I am at a $16.25 projector producing 100% contrast in a fully lit environment. That tells you something's wrong there. So that's why they don't like us. And they want to say, oh, he hates it. No, we don't hate the customer. We love our customers, but it's a shame that our customers get ripped off because of that mess at the end of the day. That's what they're mad about. Because we basically, at the end of the day, are about to derail your gravy train. Heck, I'm about to blast that thing with the Death Star when I get done with you guys at the end of the day. So, yeah, we're coming for you. Can you imagine me being at a booth and showing that off? With all this lighting we have in here. Freaking Iowa was in there complaining about their lights being 21 feet up in the air. Well, you know, we having problems because the lights are 21 feet up in the air. You got a 150-inch screen in the booth. You know why it was in the booth? Because it's a bigger screen. It's closer to the ceiling. That's why they had it inside of a booth. I can see all that dumb nonsense at the end of the day. They would hate for us to come in there. We come in there, we're using these old projectors at the end of the day. Their projectors cost $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Their booths are dark in there. We got well-lit environment like a baseball stadium, and with the halo system attached to the screen. What are they going to say? How are they going to explain their technology in their booth when we're down there doing that? Well, you know, we have ambient light. Well, technically you don't, because that guy's booth down there looks like a baseball stadium. See what I mean? Well, these projectors are required. Nope, these projectors down there cost you with the price tag. We have projectors are under $200. How are they going to explain their product if we're in there? They can't. They can't talk about contrast. They can't talk about color. They can't talk about the projector being affordable. They can't talk about the ambient light rejection technology. They don't have it if one of these screens are sitting in there. So I bet you at the end of the day, we're going to have lawyers involved in this, and I'll tell you why. I guarantee they're going to probably try to push to keep us out of expos. I guarantee you. Because we go to that on forum sites all the time. I got banned on so many different forum sites, it's not even funny. They're going to say, well, you came here to sell a product. Why the freak would I need to sell my product on your freaking website? I'm in different places in the day. I got my own website. I got 2 of them at that. As a matter of fact, 3. We got another one we're building. So why in the world would I need you to sell a product at? Please. We came in here to shut y'all down and show you at the end of the day, our products are far better. And y'all got your feathers ruffled about it, and you got upset about it, and that was the end of it, and blah, blah, blah. There you go. That's what it comes down to. Because any forum site at the end of the day, give me one screen that can take on one of these. Out of your category, pick one that can take on it. I guarantee you don't have anything. Yeah, there you go. AVS forms, yeah, I can put you on blast. Pick one screen on your, anything. Pick one screen that you have that can take on one of mine. And I bet you $100 we take it out. I bet you 10,000 we take it out. I bet you 1,000,000 we take it out. I can go play out in the sun. You can't go there. I can go in environments you can't even be in. Especially in this environment, you can't play in here. Come on. Everything you have, I've tested it already. I've been there and done it already. So they know exactly who we are. So that's the reason why they don't like us. Now, other companies, we go to other websites, they accept us. And we go in there. Because they realize that these guys are going to be the next level of technology. We would want to be on their side so that way they produce and show. And that's what we do. We show our technology over on their sites. When people come to their sites and look at the stuff we're engineering, we're working on. Or the other sites that basic bandits, we won't touch them with a 10-foot pole. See? That's why it's never good to deny people when they come in with something new. Always come half glass. Because you never know what that company may blow up to be one day. And you sat there and shot them down because you thought, and then now later on you want to kiss their behind by saying, hey, it'd be nice if you showed. No, we're not showing Jack over there. The people who supported us are the only ones that basically, any new technology we get, we post it there. We won't post there. Okay, we got our projector. We got everything we need in that box. Showing up a little bit on the new 15%er. I got to get a frame for my new license over here. Oh, yeah. My new license. I love my new license. I got the adapters and cords and everything I need. Got the surge protector. Phone has a beautiful charge in it. Oh crap, let me see for a minute. I'm going to kill it on here for a minute. Let me see. Charger. Where's my charger at? I'm not too low, but I use this phone for feeds. To feed into my phone. I should have had it charged, you know. I can charge it where I'm at. I got my charger with me. It ain't too bad, but it ain't good either. We got to do the portable screens. They got to be done 54%. Jawa. All right, get that done. I got the buddy system to order when I get back in because there's a couple I'm going to research first before I order that one. This is the reason why I beat women at the end of the day. They'd be like, hey, we should go out and do something. That ain't happening. That's virtually impossible. I don't even have time to talk to people on the phone. You know, I downloaded the game a couple days ago. I wanted it so badly. I only got a chance to play that game. The only time I was online, I had no time to play that game. That is just not going to happen. I have no idea how I would have time in there for that. I have time for my cat. I definitely have time for God and my family. That's basically about it. I can't do that. And I ain't got nothing wrong with people having families. You got families today. Hey, many blessings. Many, many, many blessings. I don't got the time for a family. I don't. Saturdays, most people are out with their family enjoying this and that. So that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. I got nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful. But for me, my time is spent working because I like to work. I do. I like my job. I'm not forced into this. And that's something I have to do. I like what I do for a living. I get to work on technology all day long. I get to be outside, meet all different kinds of people. We go out there, me and Taco, we do the demonstrations. I ain't got my cards right now, but we do demonstrations. We have a ball out there. So once we get the cards done, we'll be all over Allentown meeting people, and I'll be tapping them phones. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, my business cards are based. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. My goodness, they're gorgeous. I got my videos in there. I got my promos in there with all music playing behind the back of them. I got my slideshow that shows all the demonstrations we did in different environments and places, and I can update all the images in there. So I'm going to be taking images all around Allentown and adding them into the phone. You know how mind-blowing that's going to be? I tap the person's phone over in Allentown, and you get pictures of places in Allentown that we've been at all over the place. There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about. Advertising 101. All right, people. Got to go. Oh, by the way, how expensive were the cards? Actually, not too bad. Vistaprint was much cheaper. A lot of places wanted 80, 90. I was looking at the titanium cards they have. We're going to get a ticket to that. I spent $1,000 for that card, and I lose that thing, I will lose my freaking mind. So I found cards on Vistaprint, and they're not paper. They can't make them paper because they can't. They have to be either metal or plastic. And And I found cards over there for $32. And man, yeah, it's got nice. We just seen a black background, and we put our own designs in. You can put your logos, you can put your numbers, you can put your name and address. All that stuff goes on there. And then once that's done, you complete it. You go into the other section that they have their own website that you'll be linking. They'll be linked to your website, which they have already there. But they have another showplace that comes with the card, and that's when you get a chance to add all your cool stuff in there, what you're all about, all that stuff, video demonstrations, all that. So if you're a musician or you're into art and all that, the digital card is the way to go, because again, if you want people to see more of what you do, that card is the best way to go. And keep in mind, you're not buying dozens of cards. You have to keep passing out cards and rebuying and rebuying. You got one card and you tap it. I got insurance on mine, so if I lose it or anything happens, I can go in and basically shut the card down. All the information's gone, and then wipe it, and then basically come back and get me another card, start again, and get shit back out again. If you do it that way. I think I'm losing mine. Hopefully not. I lost my whole business card holder one time. That was jacked up. But that's the beautiful thing about it. You can even have you on there talking about, hey, intro video, My buddy's going to design an AI program for our commercial, so it's commercial going there also too. So it's the best way to advertise. Everything you do, they can sample what you do right from there. And now we have an office here. They can pop down to the office. Which I got a little bit crazy right now. I got screens all over the place, but we'll get it straightened out. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed too spending some time with you today on a Saturday. Thank you for your time. Keep in mind, if I sound a little aggressive on the phone on these videos, it's never toward our customers. It's mainly toward, or it's actually definitely toward the industry, the dark dwellers. It's toward them. So yeah, because I feel that customers are just getting ripped off and they're not getting what they paid for. You know, your projector is probably way better than my $16.25 projector, and you should be doing much better than me. All right, with that being said, hope you enjoyed the demonstration. I got to go. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology, because it wasn't for him, none of this would ever be possible. Got to go. Be safe out there, people. Be blessed.